Long ago, in a kingdom surrounded by silver rivers and whispering forests, there lived a princess named Eleanor. Though people called her princess, she ruled the kingdom after her husband, King Adrian, passed away during a cruel winter fever that swept across the land. Eleanor was not only beautiful but wise and deeply emotional. After losing her beloved husband, her entire world became her 3 daughters, her only light in the darkness. Her daughters were Lady Isabella, the eldest, proud and intelligent. Lady Rosalind, the middle daughter, cheerful but easily distracted. Lady Lillian, the youngest, quiet, soft-hearted, and deeply compassionate. The princess owned a magical cup, a sacred heirloom passed down from her grandmother. The cup was said to reveal the truth of the heart. It did not show beauty. It did not show talent. It showed only kindness, or the lack of it. For years, Princess Eleanor never used the cup on her daughters. A mother's heart is afraid of truth. But one evening, as rain tapped softly against the palace windows and thunder echoed across the valley, a thought grew heavy inside her chest. Who among my daughters is truly kind? Who will protect this kingdom with love, not pride? Her heart trembled. She feared what she might discover. The test of the heart. The next morning, the princess summoned her daughters to the grand hall. The sky was gray. The atmosphere felt heavy, as if even the clouds were waiting. In her trembling hands, she held the magical cup. It shimmered faintly, almost alive. My daughters, she began softly, this cup reveals the truth hidden in the heart. Today, I ask each of you to drink from it. The girls exchanged glances. Isabella, the eldest. Isabella stepped forward first. She wore a deep crimson gown, her posture straight, her chin lifted high. She had always believed she was the most deserving of the throne. She smiled confidently and took the cup. I will make you proud, mother, she said. She drank. For a moment, the cup glowed bright silver, but then the light flickered. Slowly, dark shadows crept inside the glass. The water turned murky. Princess Eleanor's heart tightened painfully. The cup whispered softly, its magic speaking into the princess's mind. Intelligent. Strong. Capable. But pride fills her heart. She desires power more than compassion. Isabella frowned. Why does it darken? She asked sharply. Eleanor forced a gentle smile, hiding the storm inside her heart. My child. Your heart is strong. But you must learn humility. Isabella stepped back, her jaw clenched. Inside, anger began to grow. Rosalind, the middle daughter. Rosalind stepped forward next. She wore a soft blue dress, her golden curls bouncing as she walked. She giggled nervously. It's just a cup, right? She drank eagerly. The cup glowed warm amber, gentle and flickering like candlelight. But it did not shine steadily. It wavered. The magic whispered. Kind intentions. But easily distracted. She follows comfort, not sacrifice. Her kindness fades when tested. Princess Eleanor's eyes filled with tears. Rosalind, she whispered, you have goodness in you. But true kindness requires strength. Rosalind looked confused. I don't understand. Lillian, the youngest. Last came Lillian. She wore a simple lavender gown. Unlike her sisters, she did not walk proudly or playfully. She walked quietly. Before drinking, she closed her eyes and whispered a silent prayer. When she drank from the cup, something extraordinary happened. The cup exploded in brilliant golden light. It shone so brightly that the entire hall glowed. The water sparkled like sunlight on a river. No darkness appeared. The magic whispered gently. Pure heart. Selfless love. She suffers for others without seeking reward. Her kindness is endless. Princess Eleanor could not hold back her tears. She rushed forward and embraced Lillian tightly. My child, you are the light of my soul. Isabella's face hardened. Rosalind looked uncertain. And Lillian? She simply said softly, Mother, I only try to love. The cruel winter. Months passed. Then came the harshest winter the kingdom had ever known. Snow buried the villages. Crops froze. Hunger spread. Children cried at night from cold and starvation. Princess Eleanor fell ill from exhaustion trying to help her people. The responsibility began falling upon her daughters. This was the true test. Isabella's choice. Isabella took control of the palace resources. She ordered guards to protect the castle food storage. We must preserve supplies for royalty, she declared. If we fall, the kingdom falls. Villagers begged outside the gates. But Isabella refused them entry. Her logic was sharp. Her heart was closed. That night, she heard a child crying beyond the walls. She covered her ears. Rosalind's struggle. Rosalind tried to help. She gave blankets to a few families. She shared some bread secretly. But when conditions became harder, when the wind howled and wolves roamed near, fear gripped her heart. She retreated to the palace for warmth. I did what I could, she told herself. But deep down, guilt began to grow. Lillian's sacrifice. Lillian did something different. She snuck out every night. She carried food hidden in her cloak. She wrapped her own blankets around shivering children. She sat beside the sick. She fed orphans with her own hands. Soon, she gave away her jewels. Then her dresses. Then even her winter boots. Her feet bled in the snow. One night, she found an old woman freezing near the forest edge. Without hesitation, Lillian removed her own cloak and wrapped it around the stranger. You will die without this, the woman cried. Then we will both survive, Lillian answered gently. But the cold was merciless. Days later, Lillian collapsed in the snow while returning from the village. A shepherd found her unconscious and carried her back to the palace. A mother's heartbreak. Princess Eleanor, weak and pale, rushed to her daughter's bedside. Lillian lay still, her skin cold as ice. The magical cup sat on the table beside her. Suddenly, it began glowing again, bright gold. The magic whispered. True kindness demands sacrifice. She gave without counting the cost. Eleanor fell to her knees. Why must the pure suffer the most, she sobbed. Isabella stood silent, shame creeping into her heart. Rosalind wept openly. For 3 days, Lillian remained unconscious. The entire kingdom prayed. The awakening. On the 4th morning, sunlight broke through the clouds for the first time in months. Lillian's eyes slowly opened. Her voice was weak but calm. Did the villagers survive? Princess Eleanor cried harder. Yes, my child. Because of you. The story of her sacrifice spread across the kingdom. People called her the Golden Heart Princess. Isabella, witnessing her sister's suffering, finally understood. Power meant nothing without compassion. She knelt beside Lillian's bed. Forgive me, she whispered. Rosalind held her sister's hand and said, Teach me to be brave like you. Lillian smiled faintly. We can all choose kindness, she said softly. The final truth. Years later, Princess Eleanor passed peacefully. Before her death, she gathered her daughters one last time. She placed the magical cup in Lillian's hands. My youngest, she whispered, you are the purest of heart. But rule with mercy, not sorrow. To Isabella she said, you have strength. Use it to protect, not control. To Rosalind she said, you have joy. Use it to give hope. After her passing, the sisters ruled together. But it was Lillian's compassion that shaped the kingdom into a land of warmth and love. Who was kind, and who was not? Lillian, youngest, truly kind, selfless, pure-hearted. She sacrificed her comfort and nearly her life for others. Rosalind, middle, kind but weak in difficult times. She learned courage through guilt. Isabella, eldest, proud and selfish at first. She learned humility through shame and regret. Moral of the story. True kindness is not words. It is sacrifice. It is choosing others when it hurts. It is loving even when no one is watching. And sometimes, the kindest hearts suffer the most.